I don't know what we need. Like, I don't think there's any other way to find this guy's address other than coming to City Hall. Because normally the clues are in the text here, right below us, right? So, you know, the fact that he lives in Old City means you search Old City records. The fact that he's an artist means you search occupation. And then saying he's a prominent person means you search one of these. Like, we have a detail about his citizen status. But it's not showing me anything. So maybe we do that. Citizen, official. Nope. None of those work. Old City we need to keep. Well, I'm kind of stuck. I have no idea. John?
I'll be right here.
Good, good. Thanks. Very helpful. Yeah, where the hell else would we go? See, the fact that there's an open book icon on this means that we're supposed to look something up. This is a research clue. There's anything else in there that could really help us. Chilling to the vibe with 0 clues. Yeah, this isn't working. This is obviously what we need to do, but I don't know the combination of the 3 data points that we're supposed to get. Sometimes I've been tripped up where it's like, well, you know he's in the Old City, so don't search there. So maybe we don't. Maybe we just do that. No, it's none of those. It's not going to be anything other than that period. Because that's like... This is more who ruled this place at the time. You know, the Venetians, the Ottomans, the Knights Hospitaller, and the British. Maybe again we want legal documents. I'm trying it without Old City. Nope. So maybe we don't go with period. I mean, if we're going to include a district, it's going to be Old City. It's not going to be any of the others. So we either include it or we don't. And, this system is doofus. It is a little bit, yeah. I mean, I kind of like it, but at the same time, sometimes it really involves some guesswork. Because what you think you need to put in there turns out not to be, and then you eventually stumble on it, and it's like, well, that makes no sense. So, it hits and misses for me. Births? I mean, that's literally searching all British births, you know, so... All births in Old District, that's no use to us. Like, you're supposed to narrow it down, and you find the right piece of information, and it pops up when you get the right combination. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing why this isn't working. This is frustrating. An artist, Boniface Mercurio. So we've got a name. I mean, literally, you think we'd just go and look his name up, if nothing else, right? Lives in Old City, right? But we don't know where. That's what we're trying to find out. We need to go to his place. He mentions Mr. Mercurio is a prominent person. So if we take... like, he's an artist, occupation, search by occupation. I guess registry of death. Well, the thing is, we're supposed to go and speak to him. As far as we know, he's alive. But maybe... because if it is this, that's going to be really annoying. Nope, doesn't work for any of those. So to me, it would be Old City, occupation, because we're looking for someone in the Old City who is an artist. And he's we've got a citizen name, and you'd think that would bring it up and be like, yes, that's the guy. But it's not doing so. Because we're not looking for someone who used to live here, we're looking for someone who does. Marriage? I don't know. This seems very silly. Very silly. See, from the clue we have, Old City, occupation, citizen, or official maybe, or businesses even, any of these would be the ones to get. In my defense, they could have faked their own demise to escape. Maybe. Yeah, that's true. But basically, the case is this, right? What happened is we went to an art gallery because the guy running it wanted us to help with a conundrum. He heard a noise down in the basement of in the exhibit center, this caravanserai. He's like, okay, I went down there when I heard a noise. I looked around, I saw nobody. I came out, I closed and locked the door behind me. It was empty. There's no other way in other than the door. And then when I came back in the morning, I found that the art exhibit down there had been vandalized and there's no sign of an intruder. So what we figured out is there's actually a coal chute that was opened from the inside using a magnet to open the slider on the latch. And then a person walked in, we followed the footprints, to a coffin that was part of the display. The skeleton had been shoved over to one side and the guy hid in there. When he opened the door, he knocked the shovel over that was propped against it, and that's the noise that Vogel heard. And then Vogel closed the door behind him and left the guy in there, hiding in the coffin. He didn't look in the coffin. And then the guy came out, stole a painting from one of the exhibits, piled up a whole bunch of them together and burned them to cover up the theft. And then he probably left the same way he got in. And that's what we know. And the painting that was stolen was from an artist called Boniface Mercurio. Like, all the paintings in that section were from his collection. So the next step is to talk to the artist about the painting to see if anybody approached him to be like, you know, did anybody... because we believe that somebody insisted on buying the painting and the artist refused and instead wanted it displaying. That's what happened. So we need to talk to the artist about it. So the artist has no reason to fake their death. They're just basically, you know, they're a victim. Their piece of art has been stolen. So we need to go talk to them and get more details about who approached them to buy the painting and why did they turn them down. Case closed or genre mashup. Objection! Yeah. Well, when Holmes goes to the courtroom, then we can start objecting stuff. But this here is the means we use to find his address, because Vogel doesn't really know where he lives. So I'm going to be a cheat. I am going to look it up, because I'm done guessing. If the obvious isn't working... And then randomly trying a whole bunch of other stuff isn't working. We try something else. Let's see. Let's look for a good walkthrough. Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. So what's this? What is this case called? The Muse from Abroad. Okay. There it is, the Muse from Abroad walkthrough. Let's open that. So we've done all this, we've checked the gallery, discovered a few things, figured out what happened, finding Mercurio's address. Oh, for God's sake. We're in the wrong place. So when you want to find someone's address, apparently you don't go to a city hall and look up the Registry of Citizens. You go to the paper. The newspaper. Game, you make no sense sometimes. You make no sense. Okay. All I saw was go to the Cordona Chronicle, and I've looked at nothing else. Because at the very least, you know, I want to at least try it properly in some respects. I do believe as well, I did say a moment ago, maybe the newspaper, but the city hall makes more sense if you're looking for someone's damn address, right? So, okay, because look, there's a celebrity category here, which I knew about. It's not in the other one, but it is here. We got Old City. Question is, what do we want? Recent, maybe? There we go. There we go. I didn't actually look up the solution to that, just that I needed to be in this building. That's where I stopped reading. I read, go to the Cordona Chronicle and filter, and I was like, nope, don't want to read the rest. So, that's all I looked at. Still cheated, though. Doesn't count, but, you know. Past week has brought us a new scandal regarding the local so-called artistic higher society. It all began at a painting sellout named by a local artist as the Dance of Decadence. The director of publishing house, The Lion, Darian Turwick, broke the idyll by throwing a chair at a decadent artist, Boniface Mercurio. As Mr. Turwick said later, he did it because Mr. Mercurio brought dishonor to his name. The column writer graciously reminded the reader that the recent Mr. Mercurio was spotted by the Mrs. Turwick at a coffee shop. Afterwards, an orchestra conductor, Kurt Gallagher, smashed a painting across Mr. Turwick's head to protect his friend Mercurio by destroying more of his art, and a large brawl started, including a large number of the customers. After a protracted fight, the police arrived. All the high society brawlers were arrested and placed under guard for a week. What a breathtaking event it was. As your loyal personal advisor, I suggest that you obtain a souvenir from the sellout. Unfortunately, has since ended, but Boniface Mercurio himself invites the readers to visit his home and purchase one of his paintings. You will find him at the address of Hermes Avenue between Scarlet Street and Olive Street in the Old City. Okay. Look at John's portrait. He's literally like an anime character now that just is in this dark moment, like... He's kind of upset with us because we didn't figure it out. So we can place this somewhere. Hermes Avenue. Hermes Avenue, I believe, is around here somewhere. Yep, there it is. Hermes Avenue, between Scarlet and Olive. There's Olive and there's Scarlet, and there is where he lives. Thank God. Let's go. Let's Let's go kick his ass. I mean, wait, what are we supposed to do with this guy? Talk to him, that's right. We can go talk to him. If we had to kick his ass, I'd skip the combat, so... His ass will be automatically kicked. Well, I guess we're going up here and running down. I do love a good automatic ass kicking. Let's be honest. Are we going the right way? Yep. It's my favorite kind of ass kicking. To be dispensing to other people. Receiving? No, not so much. Okay, so he's around here, I guess. Well, which... Oh, it pinned it on my map. It's here. Yeah.
Excuse me, young man. Where do you think you're going?
Greetings, ma'am. I'm looking for the...
I don't care who you're looking for. You shall not pass. No
Who
visitors
you,
allowed.
Gandalf?
I wish to buy a painting from Mr. Boniface Mercurio. Is he at home?
Dearie, tell me, because old age has made me blind. Did someone write Information Bureau on my forehead?
Wow, she's
Because I'm not
cantankerous.
here to answer your questions. Entries for
Yet you will
residents
ask
only.
them.
If you aren't a resident, please leave, or I shall report you to the police.
Jesus Christ, wow. Alright, we're gonna get past Gandalf's wife here. So we need to look like a resident, I guess. Yeah, the disguise icon is there. So, do we need to look like a local yokel? Probably. Let's try this first. There's going to be a parade of strange people walking in, you know, professing to be residents. John's still an ice cream man. He can smooth things over. We could put that on, but no. She's going to turn this guy away and say, no, you're not a resident. And then we're going to come back as a police officer. You're not a resident. And I'm like, what?
No visitors allowed.
Okay. Maybe we need to look like him. I'm approaching this wrong. We need to look like him, right? We need to put on this. And he's clean shaven, right? So we do that. How else does he look? I mean, he's got that weird... Oh, he's not clean shaven. He's got like all the stubble. Right, we do have that. No hat, of course. Now, I don't think we can change hairstyles. Can we change hairstyle? I don't know. I've never seen that. Hey, Tucci! Feel like the fez is a bit conspicuous, I know, but it's worked in a couple of occasions. But nothing beats Ice Cream Man. Like, Ice Cream Man Holmes gets everywhere. Who do you think you are, Matt Smith? Well, you know, we can try the look, but yeah, it's not really coming off very well. Yeah, I don't think we can change hairstyles, though. Like, there's no barber shops. In fact, the place where you get hairstyles and stuff are clothing traders. Maybe we visit the one down there and try to find out if there are any others. But every clothing shop seems to have the same items in it, so I don't think it matters where we go, just, you know, we go there. How's life treating you, Tucci? It is good to see you. Is this the clothing shop?
Don't pass by. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Let's pick something that suits you.
Okay, hair. Now we got facial hair. And just hats. That's all. Oh! Oh! Hey, probably because we're on this case, there is a version. Messy hair. Leave me alone, Mum. Do I want to buy this or rent it? Let's try renting, because I've tried... Yeah, there we go. We got it. We got it.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Oh yeah, there we go. We look exactly like him now. Perfect. Perfect. She's gonna be like, Mr. Mercurio, I thought I saw you come in here earlier. And we're like, yeah, but I left via the window and now I'm back. Don't question me, I'm an artist, okay? I find my muse where I can take it. Been okay working on ripping DVDs from the collection to add to Plex? Nice. I've got, what do I use? I have software called MakeMKV that I've been using to get my old DVD, like UK DVD collection digitized. It's like some of my favorite movies that I brought with me. I need to finish doing some of them, but it no longer does Blu-rays unless you buy the license now. And it's like 85 bucks Canadian, so yeah. It's a bit touchy though. Oh, really? You're having problems with it? I didn't have any with mine. MakeMKV seems to work pretty well for me. But again, like, until recently where they were like, no, you can't do Blu-rays anymore. Because some of the Blu-rays I brought don't work here, so they're not all multi-regions. Most minor of blemishes causes it to fail? Ooh. Yeah, a lot of my discs, I don't think any of mine have any problems like that. But it would suck if I do get to some of them and they do. But yeah, I need to continue working on that.
No visitors allowed.
I'm not a visitor. I live here. I'm literally the dude who lives here. Look at me. Oh my goodness me. Ah. Look at us. We're the dude. We're the artist dude. Maybe I have to go grab a painting and bring it in with me, carrying it underarm. Let me delete that. We don't need that. Is there anything else at the clothing shop I need? Oh boy. Watch it, it's like, no, he never wears a blue shirt. There's a white version of this you need to buy, and you didn't look for it, did you dingus? Like, okay, fine game. Fine. God, let's try it again. Hi, I'm back. I'm fed up with the blue shirt. Do you have a white one? Like, we have that. Can I pop a few buttons on it? No? Okay. Jesus Christ. Rent. Yeah, see, and the blue one went back. We tried to rent another outfit not long ago, and it wouldn't let us. It was like, no.
Be careful with what you've taken.
Because we did it before. Like, before we rented the Ottoman woman's outfit to disguise ourselves to get into the House of Hassan, and I rented the outfit rather than buy it because I had no money. I bought local outfit instead and turned out, oh, that's not what we need to get in there. Then I found out later, oh, we need the woman's outfit because of an arrangement for a guy to sneak in dressed as a woman, and we were going to pretend to be that guy. So we did that. And then when I tried to rent another outfit, because I didn't want to buy it for the sake of one use, the game was like, no. And I was like, what? It let me rent part of an outfit, but not another piece. Like, I had one piece. I could rent out the outfit part, but not the head part, I think. I can't remember what it was now, but we discovered that was a problem. And now it's letting me again. I don't understand the rental rules. Ugh. Did we catch Moriarty yet? No, we had an introduction to him. So, this game, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, is meant to be the origin story. And we did do a couple of cases. You have to buy them in a DLC. Let's see, where are they? Was it Love, Death, and Cordona was one of them, I think? No. That was the blackmail. The Clockwork Extortion? Yes, there was this one, the Clockwork Extortion. You basically get two quests where you have to help Mycroft. Mycroft's got a couple of agents nearby. One of them, this one, was like, yeah, we have this guy. He's a professor. What was his name? Jacob Haring. He's a astronomy type professor, cosmology, stuff like that. And apparently he had blackmail material that we needed, and he was going to hand it over, and then something's happened, I think. We get there and find that he had been poisoned. It looked like he'd been killed in an attack, though, because he cut someone with a sword, but he died of a heart attack, and he had a perfect medical record, so he was fine. Why did he die of a heart attack? Somebody poisoned his tea with basically foxglove. So Digitalis. He was poisoned by Digitalis. We eventually found out there was a bandit gang called the Robins who came to rob his place. They left their calling card. So that was who he attacked. And it's like, but he just dropped dead at that moment? And then the guy who stole the blackmail material out of the safe, like, it was all perfectly timed. He has a strict schedule, you know, so he would at 2 o'clock answer his letters. He had 12:30 lunch with the Sirius B, and then at 3:30 he would check his precious collection, which is opening the safe to check that all his materials are still there. And while he had it open is when he was supposed to drop dead. So it was timed perfectly. Very Moriarty. And then he stole the item from Lucky Joe the Robin as he was leaving with the stuff, because the guy walked in, safe was open, he stole it. That's what he was hired to do by a dude. And we were like, okay. So it all kind of, you know, worked perfectly fine. And there was a letter left over, you know, where we had to go and meet this mysterious M. And the same over here, I think. There was a Mycroft agent who had a dossier of information she was supposed to hand over, but she got killed in an accident. A well-orchestrated accident. And then some guy who was down on his luck, some businessman whose family had fallen from grace, he was hired to break into the place, steal the documents. And then when we caught up with the guy, he'd already handed them off to his contact, which was Moriarty. Although he went under the name Professor Malice, apparently. But he told us to meet him in room 227 of the hotel. So once we did both, we could go there, and we found remnants of him being there, and a letter from him saying, I got fed up of waiting for you. You know, so goodbye, basically. And we were like, well, shit. So then we get a choice. Do we tell Mycroft or do we keep it to ourselves? Well, we chose to keep it to ourselves. So yeah, basically, you know, we've had the introduction to Moriarty right now. This seems like a long game. It is. It's pretty good. Rube Goldberg accident, you might say. Kind of. He knew the route that Mycroft's spy was going to take, arranged for a pot to fall from a roof and crash on the ground next to her to distract her as she was walking into the street and got hit by a cab that must have been hired to go pick somebody up, or maybe Moriarty was in the cab for all we know, and made sure he arrived at precisely the right moment. The cabbie crashed into her and ran her over, basically, like a rickshaw. You know, and she fell over and hit her head on the curb. It's all very convoluted. You know, like, there's no way he could have guaranteed it would have gone that way, you know, but anyway.
Boniface, sweetie, is that you? Ah, old age does terrible things to one's sight. I didn't recognize you.
Right now we're
first.
investigating an art theft.
Mum, I'm ashamed to admit that I've lost my key. Do you have a spare?
For
Wait, that's not
heaven's
you,
sake,
Boniface. You don't talk
how
like
many
that.
times will you lose that key of yours? Of course I have a spare. You artists all live in your own little world.
Please, accept my thanks.
I would rather accept your rent. You
I'm not
promised to pay
paying
me
his
several
freaking
weeks
rent.
ago, and I'm still waiting.
I will pay you, I promise, very soon.
You'd better do, my dear. Or else I'll just change the lock. And I won't fall for those cow eyes.
Alright, we got the key to his flat. Nice. So I go through here? Yes. Alrighty then. This is going to be awkward if he's home, though. That's not his door. Is it this one? That's his door. Oh, no. Alright, So he is dead. We could have been checking obituaries. We just didn't know. Oh, this is going to get very, very weird. I have replaced him. So if I just hide the body, I could live as an artist now. But we won't. Oh, wait a minute now. That's the painting that was supposedly stolen.
Skin, tails on the back. Reminds me of Werner's description of the stolen...
It may be a sketched version. That might be like his original work in progress, and then he made the final version.
Searched.
So he was killed and the chest was searched. I'm going to say he was probably killed before the art exhibition. Ooh.
Aunt May whiskey, brandy bucks.
Aunt May whiskey?
Here.
Is there Uncle Ben's rice in here as well? Let's look around. Welcome back, Urinty. Let's see, what have we got? Well, there's a broken bottle. Probably.
It appears the wine was truly awful.
Yeah. No kidding. Broken mirror. 7 years bad luck for somebody.
I wonder where he got that fancy camera.
From the fancy camera shop, of course. We got 5 things we can look for. Ooh, here we go.
Despite the overall tendency towards mess, you cannot sit with the drawer pulled out like this. Someone left it after searching.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's go into focus mode and look at this. Knife is missing. And blue cloth fiber. So there's a bit of blue cloth snagged on the broken mirror. Why would there be that? Yes, truly worth killing over rather than dying for. Yes. The wine is to die for. No, it's to kill with. Curse your betrayal.
Dried.
Yeah, blood dried.
I've heard of this style of painting. It is called expressionism.
No, John. No. No, 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 no. Where are you anyway, John? He's not in here. Well, he is technically. That's the other thing that Tucci about this game. John is not real. He's part of Holmes's psyche. He's like an imaginary friend that he's had since being a kid. I'm working on a theory, however, because part of the whole story is that Holmes has come to Cordona, where his mother died. She died supposedly of tuberculosis, but we've now found out not. And that she didn't suffer tuberculosis at all. She was actually suffering with a kind of a dementia with violent episodes and was being treated for it here by a doctor. And she died. We're still not sure on the circumstances of death, but Holmes was lied to as a kid. But also Holmes had this friend, John, which he's had since he was a kid. But supposedly he's always been an imaginary friend, but I'm working on the theory that he was actually a real kid at one point, that he probably met here, and maybe something bad happened to him and he hasn't reconciled it, so he's still in his brain. Alright, let's see. Yes, this is indeed he.
The wound is precise. It was inflicted by a razor or a knife.
The knife that is missing.
Soaked in blood. It seems as if the puddle of blood was here before the rags.
If that's the case, somebody tried to staunch the blood. Maybe he did himself and then dropped the rags as his hand fell this way. Anything else we should look at in regular vision before we switch over to focus vision? It seems not. Alright, focus mode. Let's have a look.
Judging by post-mortem rigidity, the body lay here for 1 or 2 days.
So, before the actual art gallery theft. Brought back. There's the knife, though. There's the knife. And it has his blood on it. Or it could be someone else's blood.
Weapon.
It could be the murder weapon, or the murder weapon could have been a
normal kitchen knife.
Yeah, the murder weapon could have been a razor, as was suggested, and he used this knife to defend himself. Like, why would he have it by his hand like that? That's kind of weird, right? Okay. Is there anything else over here? Oh god, no, there he is. Jesus Christ, John. Ah. Don't do that to me. You scare the shit out of me, bro. See, at first I didn't put together that he was an imaginary friend till I read a little entry about it in the, like, in the journal thing down here. And it was mentioned that only he can see John, and John doesn't quite understand that no one else can see him. And I was like, so he's an imaginary friend. If I hadn't twigged on with that, things like this would have really given it away. Like, what the fuck? Because John just appears at every little place that you go to. He doesn't walk along with you. And I was like, did they not want to animate him or something? And then that all started to make sense. And I was like, okay. Is there anything else we need to figure out from this place? Let's get into the proper case, actually. So we still have maybe clues of this place? Did we get everything? No, we haven't even found the key evidence yet. So there's got to be more here that we're not seeing. So whoever did this, though, obviously came here to steal the painting that he wanted. We know the one that was stolen from the art gallery was like that one there, was likely the one that was stolen anyway, was offered on, and this guy refused the offer and wanted it in the gallery instead. Maybe to drum up more interest in it. Oh my, he painted ladies. Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't look as though there's anything else in here, though. Okay. Well, this is his little bathroom. Is there anything? Oh, yeah. Oh, so he did photography.
Such a waste of material.
Alright. So the killer maybe came here first, killed him, and tried to find the painting, but it had already gone to the gallery. So then the killer went to the gallery and broke in.
Look at this, John. Isn't it our stolen demon?
There's nothing on the back. Okay. Oh, here we go. Now we can put together the scene. Now we can figure it out. See how it all went. This is where John the ice cream man comes in. Okay, so we've got Mercurio looking at his painting of the devil, or somebody rifling through the box and thus interrupted by Mercurio. Makes more sense to me. And that in here he was like, what the fuck, while he was developing, because he was interrupted. He didn't finish pulling one of his film exposures out. And then we've got him getting his throat slit. Or getting poked. Like, herp? I think that's more likely. He was attacked and killed. Or he slit his own throat. It could have been a suicide. I doubt that, though. That would be weird. Like, assailant comes in, rifles through belongings. We know the place was searched. What does this give us? And then we've got hit by a glass? No. More than likely the assailant was attacked, and that's why there's a piece of his cloth there. That would be what was off of his elbow, of his clothing. So Mercurio saw him, came in, attacked the dude, and then he got pushed to the ground That doesn't make any sense then. So then they ended up in a fight. Yeah, no. So if that's the case, he did grab the knife when that happened then, because his hand was right there. And then the fight moved over here. He tried to fight back by hitting him with the painting, which is a bit weird, but okay. You've got a knife? Aha, I have a painting of a knife. And... except it's not. It's like a country garden or something. And he got his throat slit there. Like he slashed at the guy, and then he fell dead here. But if that's the case, is he trying to use the rags to, like, you know... is that rags he's using? He's trying to use the rags to stop the bleeding? More than likely that's what happened. Like, the killing was accidental. And he tried... it was just like, I fought back in defense. Okay, let's try that. Let's validate.
Mercurio was developing photographs when the intruder snuck in.
Brain
Mercurio
working.
heard him coming. While the thief was searching the chest, the painter ran towards him with a bottle in his hand. He smashed it
bottle,
across the
you
thief's
I am.
head. The intruder had no choice but to defend himself, and the weapon of opportunity happened to be a kitchen knife.
That's not a knife, that's a
Mercurio
spoon.
stepped aside to grab the painting, but the wine-blinded thief attacked Mercurio's throat. When the thief came to his senses, he saw Mercurio bleeding on the floor. He grabbed the rags and tried to bandage him, but it was too late. Why did Mercurio attempt to snatch the painting in the middle of a fight? To strike the intruder? Not
That's
with his
weird, right?
painting. It was too important to him.
That is very weird. Like, he snatched at the painting? So is there something about the painting? Was he not trying to attack him with it?
It's time for some chemical magic, John.
But instead he was trying to protect the painting? Perhaps? So we can do a chemical analysis. Found the painting on the floor, stained with his blood. We're going to try and, like, clean the blood off? Is that what we're doing? Oh boy. We need a +6. Oh, we can do a multiple of 2 now. Or we can halve something. So we can do the 3 here. And do a doubling up. Makes it into a 6. If we double a negative, it should give us a double on the negative as well, right? -10. And then we've got a 4 here, which we can subtract 1 from. And get a 3. Yes. And then we can add those 2 together. And then that. Right. So if we stick these together... feed that into that, and that into that. Oh, it's a -3 we needed. It's a -3. How do I unlink? How do I unlink? Yeah. So we can do that, and then we can swap it. Then we can do that. There we go. Yes, that works. Right, so we managed to create a blood cleaning solution and got it all off and saw what the painting was, and it's of his room. Erased the blood using chemicals. It's a still life painting of his room. Interesting.
That doesn't look like the painting we need, Sherry.
As
No.
expected, but that doesn't mean it won't tell us anything. Let's put it on the easel where it belongs.
So, what are we looking for in this? Maybe we have to look at it again now?
I guess this is his most ordinary painting. Spot the two differences, John?
I already see it. We're missing a skull on the wall.
If the intruder didn't take it, the skull should be somewhere here.
So why would there be a missing skull on the wall? What would have caused that?
Nothing behind it.
Also, I do notice there is an upside down bottle in the log. Like, what? Aha! Bathroom skull. Now, why is that there? Why would the killer have
Monster
moved
was
it?
actually a man. Poor girl. John, you ought to be thrilled. We are now hunting the devil himself.
What were you saying, Sherry? I was too busy sketching the scene, you know, crimes and such like, daily routine. Did you find something?
A photograph. It depicts a man in a red suit with tails sprouting from his back and multiple people in masks watching the scene. It all adds up. But the act of love, it wasn't given willingly, John. It was a violation. And the girl, she was with child.
Give that to me now. Did you recognize someone?
No. Although the victim is not from Cordona, she is African. Look at the ritual scars on her face.
Get that image out of your brain. You have to continue the investigation.
I must speak to the landlady. Perhaps she saw or heard something.
Sherry, you cannot tell her the truth about Mercurio. It will hurt her.
John, that's illogical. Sooner or later, she will come here and discover a corpse, and I still need to talk to her.
Just avoid mentioning corpse. All right? Stick to the character. Tell her to call the police.
I'll take that into account.
And wait here. I've redrawn the people in the photograph. Now you can proceed with your investigation without those horrific details.
Okay. So the stash behind the skull, Mercurio kept a photograph of an African woman being violated by a man dressed as a demon. Yeah. And we have a sketch of the abuser. So maybe that's what they were looking for. Like the painting is the inspiration, is from a photograph. Alright. So
Red
this was
skin,
used...
Tails on the back. Reminds me of Verda's description of the stolen painting.
So the photograph that we just found was used as a inspiration for that painting, and that's the sketched out version of it before he made it on proper canvas. And the original photo was hidden behind the skull, so the person who came here is probably wanting the painting because they don't want people to link it back to the original event because they are the person in question. And this photo up here could be this, like, that could be the guy before the other picture that we just found. Ew, this is getting gross. This is getting gross. Yeah. That's the lady we're after. So we could ask around about her, and we need to talk to the landlady first as well. Most curious thing I have just found, a machine that sorts lemons from oranges. It's mesmerizing. Really? A bit of automation for everything, huh? Okay, well, I guess we're done. No, there's still one last bit of evidence we haven't found, supposedly. See, that's not the same skull. So the guy wasn't wearing that skull as a prop, but clearly, you know, it was used as a place to stash the incriminating photo. Is it possible that the artist was also trying to blackmail?
Nothing behind it.
the individual in question, you know? Well, there's nothing else. Maybe we haven't got all the evidence yet because we haven't spoken to the landlady. And that's the last bit we're gonna get. So let's go talk to her.
What's wrong, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
No, but I've seen where a ghost might come from. Do we spare her? If John wants us to spare the feelings of the landlady, so let's do it. Who entered the flat recently?
Can you tell me if anyone else has recently entered the flat?
Oh, you're talking about that limping man.
Limping man?
I'm sorry I let him in.
We know the guy had an
I was
unusual
scared.
gait.
And I thought
The footprints
maybe,
in the coal
maybe
dust.
he would motivate you to find money so that you would pay your rent. No offense, dear.
Can you describe him?
Oh, so you weren't at home. I was so certain you didn't leave your flat that day. He was of average height, had a limp and a tattoo on his neck, and he was smoking Malpal cigarettes.
Yep, that all
My
tracks.
husband used to smoke those. They have a horrible smell I can recognize from a mile away.
Okay, so that's the person we're looking for, because we found a Malpal cigarette butt as well in the boiler room part of the underground area where the coal chute was.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course, dearie.
Please call the police and ask them to enter the flat. And don't look inside until they come up.
What? What trouble have you stepped in this time?
It really doesn't matter. Thank you, Mum.
It didn't matter. You don't need to know. It's okay. Now you want to grow orange-colored lemons to see the pure chaos. Yes. You thought you made the perfect machine, but now...
But you did everything correctly. Now, take off your outfit. I can't let you walk around in a dead man's clothes.
No, they're nice. Oh, god damn it. Oh, you put me back in this one, huh? Okay. Alrighty then. So we need to ask around about this lady. Question is, where do we ask? I'm probably not going to get anything off of this lady, am I? Hello, just random
Can I ask you a
person.
question?
The streets won't share their secrets with those who hide in fancy houses.
In other words, look like a local and talk to me again. Okay, I get you. You will only talk to individual local people. Either that or they want me to look hobo-like. It's one or the other. What do we think? Local or hobo? I don't actually have hobo clothes, do I? Well, it's hobo and criminal are like the same, so we'll go with local. Let's put on local clothing. And then maybe we can talk to some other random person. This guy's a criminal. I don't think he'll speak to me. I just need to speak to local focal. Hello.
Do you know anything about this?
No, it's the first time I've heard it.
No? Okay. Oh, get out of the way, kid. Try the same woman.
May I ask for your assistance?
You're asking the wrong woman.
Okay, no. I wonder how we're meant to get along with this. Like, we do need to disguise. Oh, maybe I need to also do some mind palacing first. Let's see. The painter was killed in a fight. Photograph of a violation. Mercurio's visitor smoked Malpal and limps. We can link those together, right. Mercurio's murderer and the gallery thief are the same person. Yep, we already figured that out. Flat was searched. The thief was caught by the painter. Nope. Killed in a fight. Visitor didn't want to kill Mercurio. Visitor's intention might have been to locate the terrible photograph, and therefore the thief was at Mercurio's flat to steal the photograph, but found Mercurio instead and killed him in self-defense. Alright. Well, I don't think that's going to give us any more case revelations to go on just yet. So we are still on finding this local lady. That's this guy. Hello.
Could you help me?
Yes, friend.
Oh.
Let me explain.
Excellent. We found a person that knows a thing. Well, this random thing. For you, no discount. Trousers and scarf in front of that person. Oh, yes, you get 50% off. Yeah. Just wait one moment while I quickly change clothes. Okay, now what? Now, how about this? Oh, perfect. You're my kind of people. Scars on the girl's face seem to be from the Uz ethnic group tribe. The only place where you can find them are people in Cordona in the refugee camp located under Victoria Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. Okay. So that's where we're going, right? Scaladio and Silverton is up here. Under Refugees Bridge? It would help if I could actually look at the names of the bridges while I'm in that mode. Or the Victoria Bridge, sorry, yeah. Right, so it's under there somewhere. Okie dokie. I need a fast travel. Okay, I guess I can run there. I can run. Fleet of Foot Holmes is on the case. Barging through people left, right, and center. Running past the places he's meant to go to, because he's just too enthralled with running. Basically be like, you know, Forrest Gump over here. Just start running and just don't stop. Why are you running? I don't know. I'm just running. I just want to run. Okay. Yep, we're almost there. Through here and a right and straight ahead. Yep, okay. I was like, there's blood on the floor. Oh, right, I remember that place. It's where the pigs are hanging. It's fine. It's just dead pigs. It's just bacon getting made. Alright, so there underneath that bridge somewhere we'll need to go down and around, I suppose. Oh, unless I missed it. There's an actual way down over here on this side of the bank. Here we go.
Beasts!
Oh, beasts? What? Hey!
Do you know anything about this?
Please, stop bothering me. I don't know anything.
Wow. There hath been a crime. I guess we're gonna need to disguise as a cop. Yeah, we're not getting in there without being a police officer, are we? And of course we need, like, you know, a very authoritative mustache. John, since we're going somewhere very important, you can be a priest. They never stop the clergy. Never. Perfect. Yes, Officer Holmes has arrived. Excuse me. Coming through.
They're completely quickly.
Now, everybody calm down, calm down.
Come to our land, then they murder our
Oh,
people.
look who's here.
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
I'm the police. Look at me. I'm a private investigator who likes to dress like the police.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorized. I can't let you in.
Have you heard of
And
my
you
brother
are?
Mycroft?
I'm Ronald Harlow.
Oh,
Here to
I was
handle
really
the
hoping he'd be
refugee
like, my name is
situation on behalf of City
Lestrade.
Hall.
I'll be like, get
I'm the
out.
acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade.
Do you not see the
Please,
uniform I'm
step out.
wearing? I've obviously, stepped ahead of what the game wants me to do. 100% legit. Look at my mustache. And then we do that thing where we wiggle it up and down, like, Let's have a good look at this Walmart Lestrade, which is saying something. Pale, bags under eyes, works indoors with poor lighting. Dude, you just stepped out from behind your desk. It's okay, the professionals are here now. Wants to look authoritative. He wants to look like a freaking math teacher. That's what he wants to look like. Seriously. Although, then again, that instead of a tie, he could have gone with a bow tie. That would have been perfect. Perfect, I say. Let's have a look at them shoes. No socks. Get out of here. Look at these rigging. No, what is this nonsense? We are not starting that trend. Sweating and stressed. Dude, you need my help. Be honest with yourself, if not me. Apparently I can look at his luscious lips. Oh, the mustache. Trying to appear older. He's got a bad teenage mustache. Heck yes. So let's have a look. He's a tired pen pusher or a dazed formalist. Ronald Harlow is a depressed young clerk exhausted by the day-to-day job. City Hall has assigned him to oversee the refugee camp, and he's too tired and indifferent to solve problems that arise. He has a scant mustache, makes him think he looks older. His pale skin and bags under the eyes suggest he is tired of his dark, cramped office, which he rarely leaves. Yet, judging by the clean, barely worn shoes, he does not favour the outdoors in any case. Sweaty palms suggest he is stressed. He might have worn fewer clothes considering today's weather. Or, he's a young clerk overseeing by City Hall, not very happy with such responsibilities, but always does things by the book and executes all tasks he is given. However, he lacks the experience to deal with the problems outside of a writing desk. He attempted to look older than he is years by growing a scant moustache. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he works in a poorly lit office which he rarely leaves, judging by the clean shoes, and he craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cordona's weather. Sweaty palms suggest he is extremely stressed, being outside his comfort zone. I think that matches a bit more with what we're looking at here. He wants to look authoritative, where that doesn't say a thing about that at all. And, the moustache is in both descriptions. His clean shoes show that, I guess it works for both. He doesn't favour the outdoors, and neither does he here as well. But that's because he'd prefer not to be. Like, he wants to work in his dank little office. And this guy is very by the book. He's like, no. I'm sorry, the police are here, and you're not the police, and you must leave. And I'd be like, okay. So we're going to go with this. Ronald Harlow.
What about the murder that this crowd keeps shouting about?
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you.
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return, I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things
You've
are
just
bad enough
described
that I
how
will
we
not
move
shy away
forward.
from
Well
help.
done.
All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
He's literally there, like, we can't seem to do anything until this whole place settles down, and it's like, you've just basically pointed out how we fixed the problem. We can work on that if you like.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh, so you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
The smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship was already gone. We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
Are the police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewkesbury. He's the officer investigating the scene. Tell him I sent you. Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll find my way with words. Thank you, Mr. Harlow.
Excellent. Well, despite the disguise, we gained access.
Murder! Beasts!
Alright. So let's see. Yeah. So we're looking for the woman in this camp, and apparently they're all being taken to the police for questioning, but they might be questioning them here as well. Anyway, we can delete that. Alright. Anyway, guys, we'll do that next stream. I'm going to get out of here now. So, yeah, let's go back to the main menu.